Charles Taze Russell, a name that millions recognize as the founder of the movement that would become the Jehovah's Witnesses. His writings have shaped doctrines, his teachings have inspired a global following, and his claims have been the foundation of countless debates. But how well do we know the man behind the movement? Behind the public image of a devout preacher lies a tale of failed prophecies, questionable ethics, and court scandals. This video isn't just about the history of Charles Taze Russell, it's about unraveling the truth. Did he truly believe in his own prophecies, or was he a master manipulator driven by personal gain? Were his financial practices ethical, or did he use religion as a tool for profit? And how did his legacy survive, despite being riddled with so much controversy? In this video, we're going to peel back the layers of Russell's life and explore the truth behind the founder of a movement that claims to hold the ultimate truth, so that you can decide for yourself. As always, leave your comments below. Let's have an open discussion. Tell me what you think. Now here we go. Part 1. The early life and influences. You see, he was born on February 16, 1852 in Allegheny, Pennsylvania, which is modern-day Pittsburgh, and Russell's family was staunchly Presbyterian. Now, as a teenager, Russell encountered the teachings of William Miller and the Adventist movement, which had suffered embarrassment after predicting Christ's return in 1844. These influences planted the seeds for his own prophetic ambitions. Russell became dissatisfied with traditional Christian doctrines, particularly eternal hellfire. This questioning shaped his future theological path. You see, even before his ministry, Russell demonstrated a shrewd business sense, co-owning a successful chain of clothing stores by his early 20s. Critics later argued that this same entrepreneurial spirit was evident in how he ran his ministry. But Russell's life would soon take a dramatic turn as he shifted from business to prophecy, laying the groundwork for his controversial religious career. Part 2. Founding the Watchtower Society. In 1879, Russell launched Zion's Watchtower and Herald of Christ's Presence, a publication that would become central to his ministry. Through it, he promoted his unique blend of Adventist-inspired eschatology and literalist biblical interpretation. The society began as a vehicle for publishing Russell's work. The Watchtower Society was established in 1881. Russell assumed near total control of its operations, raising concerns about transparency and accountability. However, there were some controversial fundraising tactics. For example, the Miracle Wheat scandal of 1911. Russell sold wheat he claimed was a superior quality, capable of yielding miraculous harvests. Farmers and experts debunked these claims, and newspapers mocked them mercilessly. The Brooklyn Daily Eagle exposed the scam, leading to legal battles that tarnished his reputation. He even had legal troubles in leadership. Russell's wife, Maria, who helped co-found the Watchtower Society, later accused him of dictatorial leadership and improper financial dealings. During their divorce trial, Russell was forced to reveal questionable financial practices and was accused of misusing the society's funds for personal gain. Now, despite these controversies, Russell's teachings gained a following, thanks in part to his charismatic predictions about the future. But those predictions would ultimately prove to be his greatest downfall. Part 3. The False Prophecies of Charles Taze Russell. There was the 1874 prediction. You see, borrowing from Adventist ideas, Russell claimed Christ's invisible return began in 1874. This teaching allowed him to reinterpret failed prophecies as part of an ongoing divine plan, rather than outright errors. Then there was the 1914 prophecy. Russell declared that 1914 would mark the end of human governments and the full establishment of God's kingdom on earth. But when nothing visible occurred, Russell claimed that Christ's reign had begun invisibly. Many critics saw right through this interpretation as a desperate attempt to salvage credibility. Then there was the Great Pyramid of Giza scheme. Russell believed the measurements of the Great Pyramid of Giza were divinely inspired and used them to calculate prophetic timelines. He referred to the pyramid as God's stone witness in his book, Studies in the Scriptures. But when these timelines failed, pyramidology was gradually abandoned by his successors. These failed predictions led many to brand Russell a false prophet based on biblical criteria. For example, Deuteronomy 18:22 says, "If what a prophet proclaims in the name of the Lord does not take place or come true, that is a message the Lord has not spoken." While the failed prophecies damaged his theological credibility, Russell's personal life also raised serious questions about his integrity. Part 4. Scandals and legal controversies. First, there were the divorce proceedings of 1906. Maria Russell's testimony painted a picture of a manipulative and controlling husband who misused funds and engaged in questionable relationships. She accused him of having an inappropriate relationship with a young woman named Rose Ball who lived in their home. In court, however, Russell refused to directly address these allegations, leading to public speculation about his moral character. Then there was the libel case against Brooklyn Daily Eagle. When the Brooklyn Daily Eagle exposed Russell's financial practices and labeled him a fraud, Russell sued libel. But the court dismissed his case and exposed him further. You see, Russell falsely claimed expertise in Greek during testimony but failed basic tests when asked to read the language, even the simplest of characters in Greek. The incident severely damaged his credibility. Then there was the Masonic symbolism allegations. Russell frequently used Masonic imagery in his literature, including the cross and crown symbol. While some dismissed this as mere coincidence, others accused him of secret affiliations with Freemasonry. By the time of his death in 1916, Russell had left behind a complicated legacy, one that his followers would struggle to reconcile. Part 5. Russell's legacy and the evolution of the Jehovah's Witnesses. After Russell's passing, leadership disputes rocked the Watchtower Society. Joseph Rutherford emerged as the leader, steering the organization in a new direction. Under Rutherford, many of Russell's teachings, such as pyramidology, were abandoned, which moves us towards the modern-day Jehovah's Witnesses. You see, despite distancing themselves from some of Russell's ideas, the Witnesses retained his emphasis on date setting and exclusivity of doctrine. The organization credits Russell as a faithful servant, though his prophetic failures are often downplayed or reinterpreted. While his movement survived, Russell's legacy serves as a cautionary tale for religious leadership. Part 6. Lessons from Russell's life. You see, Charles Taze Russell's story highlights the dangers of unchecked religious authority, financial exploitation, and speculative theology. The Bible warns us in Matthew chapter 24, many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. In 2 Timothy chapter 4, it says, "For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths." Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please turn on notifications. And one last thought, if you want to see more of these videos or any video ideas, leave them in the comments below. It'll inspire me for future videos.